Students, let's discuss the next part of this chapter, that is properties of subtraction. Okay, in that first we are going to discuss about again closure property. Okay, now see here, let's try to understand this concept, this closure property, with the help of some examples. Here we can see 4 minus 2 is equal to 2, where 4 is also a whole number, 2 is also a whole number, and their difference is also a whole number. Yes or no? Here see 4 minus 2 is 2 is a whole number. Okay, but here see 3 minus 7 is equal to minus 4. Here 3 is a whole number, 7 is a whole number, but what about minus 4? Minus 4 is not a whole number, it is a negative number, it is an integer, which we are going to study in the one more chapter, that is in integer chapter. Okay, minus 4 is not a whole number, therefore whole numbers are not closed under subtraction. Okay. Now students, we'll see next property, that is commutative property. Okay, commutative property of subtraction, that we are going to see. See here, example, 10 minus 4. Commutative property means what? Order commutative property. In addition, we have seen that what, even after changing the order of the numbers, their sum will not change. But in subtractions here, 10 minus 4 is 6. But if I change their order, and if I return instead of 10 minus 4, 4 minus 10, then what will be the answer? Minus 6, because from 4 we cannot subtract 10. We can subtract, but answer will be negative. So see here, 10 minus 4 is 6, and here 4 minus 10 is minus 6. Therefore, subtraction of whole numbers is not commutative. Now let's see next property of subtraction. Okay, now see here, associative property. Okay, in associative property, in addition what we discuss, even after changing the groups of numbers, their sum will not change. Let's see in subtraction what will happen. See here, 3 numbers I taken, 4, 3 and 2. Here also 4, 3 and 2. But same numbers I am going to subtract by making different groups. Here first I will make group of 4 and 3, and here I will make group of 3 and 2 separately. Okay, numbers are same, sign is same. Now see here, 4 minus 3 is what? 1. Minus 2 as it is equal to this 4 as it is, minus sign as it is. 3 minus 2 what? 1. Therefore here 1 minus 2 is what? Minus 1 is equal to 4 minus 1 is what? 3. We are getting different answers here, which is where minus 1 is not equal to 3. Therefore this is not equal, right? Therefore what we can say, subtraction of whole numbers is not associative, because after changing the groups, answers also will change. So changing groups in subtraction is not allowed. Okay, it is allowed in addition but not in subtraction. Changing order also not allowed in subtraction. Okay, it is allowed only in addition. Okay, therefore here by this example we can understand subtraction of whole numbers is not associative. Now let's study next part of this chapter, that is properties of multiplication. In that we are going to discuss first about closure property. Okay, again closure property. In that first one example I will take, means you will understand better. See here students, in closure property what we have to see, whether in multiplication, whether the product of two whole numbers is a whole number or not. Okay, see here 5 is a whole number. Yes or no? 5 is a whole number, 6 is also a whole number, 5 6 are 30, and 30 is also a whole number. 30 is also a whole number. Here see 4 is a whole number, 3 is also a whole number, and 4 3s are, their product is 12, and 12 is also a whole number. Means you can take any whole number. You take one more here example, 0 multiplied by 3 is 0. We know that 0 is a whole number, 3 is a 0 number, 3 is also a whole number, and 0 3s are 0, and 0 is also a whole number. Hence if we taken any two whole numbers and if you multiply, their product will be always a whole number only. That is why we can say whole numbers are closed under multiplication. Now see the next property, that is commutative property. In this let's start with examples only. It will help us for better understanding. Okay, now see here one example, 3 multiplied by 7. 3 multiplied by 7 is equal to 7 multiplied by 3. Here what I did, I changed their order. This is commutative property, order commutative property. Means we are checking here by changing the order of the numbers. So here first I written 3 and then 7, and here 7 first, then 3, and then I am going to multiply. 3 7s are 21, and here 7 3s are 21. Means even after changing the order of the numbers, their product will not change. Okay, even after changing the order of the numbers, the product remains same, and therefore multiplication of whole numbers is commutative. We have studied addition of whole numbers is also commutative, because even after changing the order, sum is not changing. In the same way, product is also remains same even after changing the order of the numbers. Therefore multiplication of whole numbers is commutative. Now let's see next property, that is associative property. Okay, this property also we are going to study with the help of one example. See here, three numbers I taken, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, here also 2, 3 and 4. I'm going to change their groups. Okay, and I'm going to check whether answer will remain same or not. See here, first I group here 2 and 3, and here I group 3 and 4. Okay, I'm going to multiply separately them. 2 multiplied by 3 is what? 6. Multiply by as it is, 4 as it is equal to 2 as it is multiply by as it is, and here 3 4s are 12. Now see here, 6 4s are 24, and 2 12s are, or 12 2s are 24. Answer remains same even after changing the groups, and therefore even after changing the groups of the numbers, product will not change in this. Okay, product will not change. Therefore multiplication of whole numbers is associative. Why? Because even after changing the groups, means we can, why we are studying this? Because we can understand by this that we can change the groups of the numbers and we can multiply as per our convenience. Okay, in addition and multiplication it is possible to change the groups, but in subtraction not possible. Therefore we can say here with the help of this example, multiplication of whole numbers is associative. You can take many examples and you can cross check, no problem, you will get same answer. Okay students, now see the next part, that is multiplicative identity. Now students, here some examples. 4 multiplied by 1 is what? 4. 7 multiplied by 1 is what? 7. Again take some example. Okay, here 100 multiplied by 1 is what? 100. 1000 multiplied by 1 is what? 1000. Means when we multiply any whole number with 1, we get that number itself as the answer, that number itself as the product, and therefore 1 is the multiplicative identity. Why? Because when we multiply any whole number with 1, we will get answer as that number itself. How? In addition we saw that if we added any number into the 0, we will get that number itself as the answer. That is why 0 was the additive identity. In the same way, 1 is the multiplicative identity, as when we multiply any number with 1, we will get number itself as the answer. Students, we discuss all the types of problems, but one different problem is there in the exercise that I am going to discuss now here. See here, how many whole numbers are there between 32 and 53? So in between 32 and 53, so don't include 32 and 53 in that numbers. Okay, so how to get that numbers? We can write that all the numbers, list of that numbers. Okay, see 32, after 32 which numbers will come? 33, 34, 35, like that up to the 52. Okay, so count that number. How many numbers are there? Let's check. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 numbers are there. Okay, so in this way we can find out how many numbers lies between 32 and 53. But suppose if numbers are larger, then we have one more shortcut technique. See here, how to get that numbers. See, take that larger number, 53 taken, then 32 take here. Now 53 minus 32 is how much? 21. And from that answer you subtract 1. Okay, you will get answer. That is 20, and we know that total 20 numbers we have. You can check with the help of many numbers. In the same way you will get same answer in this way also, and by listing also. Students, again 2 more questions we have here. The whole number 1 has no predecessor. What they are saying, whether it is true or false, that we are going to decide here. Huh? The whole number 1 has no predecessor, whether it is true or false. It is false. Why? What is the reason? The whole number 1 has no predecessor, they are saying, but the whole number 1 has the predecessor, that is 0. 0. Yes or no? 1 minus 1 is equal to 0, and 0 is also whole number, so 1 has predecessor. Okay, but in the next question, see, the natural number 1 has no predecessor, whether it is true or false. This is true. Why? What is the reason? Because we know that the smallest natural number is 1, and we cannot subtract 1 from that smallest natural number. After subtracting 1 from that natural number 1, we will get answer 0, and 0 is not a natural number, it is a whole number, and that is why this is true. Why? The natural number 1 has no predecessor, this is true, but whole number 1 has a predecessor, that is 0. Students, hope you understood these all concepts. So let's meet in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.